Good evening. I am your personal pretend prophet, Nikki K. the Great. That's Disco Dick over there. It used to be Dave, but now it's Disco Dick. And then over here is sweet baby Captain Pussifer on her SS lazy ass. Because that is the best place for a captain on her boat. So, we are welcoming you to take your pills, right? Take your pills, pack one of these bowls up here. You can hit that joint if you want to, but there's different weed in the bowls. And those roaches might be different flavors of weed too. I don't know. They all have these names. It's like, just give me weed in a bag. I don't care what it's called. I just want to smoke it. That's kind of where I'm at on the whole thing. Then, grab your smokes, get comfy, get your bedtime beverage, your reward for keeping other people alive. And then, let's smoke it, drink it, and read it, right? Fuck yeah. So, that's what we're gonna do. So, did you take your pills? Double check. Did you take your pills? Alright, we took our pills. Now, we're going to 7. Okay. Now, in these snake Jews, the preachers of the snake Jews, and some of the scribes also, who had come from Jerusalem, gathered around him. They noticed that some of his disciples were eating with defiled hands. See, how do they know that? How do these people know that? How do you know that? How do you know if they wash their hands after they dookie? How do they know that? They don't know that. I hope they feed you with their shitty hands. Man, these guys. But they should wash their hands. Never mind, shut up. For the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they thoroughly wash their hands. Do they, though? Thus, observing the tradition of the elders. So, their washing hands has to be extra because their ancestors did everything extra. We read about it. They was all over. And they do not eat anything from the market unless they wash it. And there are also many other traditions that they observe. The washing of cups, pots, and bronze kettles. So the Pharisees and the scribes asked, why didn't these guys wash their hands? Like the Journey. They're giving everybody the plague. Right? And he was like, Isaiah prophesied rightly about you hypocrites. As it is written, this people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. So Jesus like, can I get an amen? Amen. Yeah. Bro, I want an amen. I want an amen. Right. In vain do they worship me, teaching human precepts as doctrines. Look, 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 look. That's what I said. Where do the precepts come from? We've read the entire Old Testament, and there was nothing in there about a precept. That's not true, because like around Daniel is precepts. There is no way, like, you don't have to do nothing before you can follow God. You just be like, hey, big guy, want to be friends? And he's like, yes, I want to be friends. Like, that's all you gotta do. You gotta be like, hey, big guy, let's go do some shit. And he's like, yeah, little human, let's go do some shit. Where the fuck do the precepts come from? Anyway, you abandon the commandment of God and hold human tradition. Then he said, you have a fine way of rejecting the commandment of God in order to keep your tradition. Yes, yes, yes. We've read about this through this whole entire fucking book. Their original rules are not the rules now. And a lot of the rules that are in those 5 fucking books of rules, a lot of that shit is made up. So, like, God gave you the 10 commandments. He didn't give you all this other shit. And Jesus is telling them all about it right now. But he uses this example. Moses said, honor your father and your mother. Father and mother. And whoever speaks evil of father or mother must surely die. I'm gonna kill you, right? But you say that if anyone tells father or mother, whatever support you might have had from me is korban, so it's an offering, then you no longer permit doing anything for a father or mother. So just pay the death tax early. See this guy. What? Who does that? No, they do that. Thus, shut up, Dick. Of course they do that, but no. They making void the word of God through your tradition that you have handed on. And you do many things like this. Like change your rules mid-sacrifice. Yeah, that I don't remember. It happened, but I don't remember where it happened at. But there was a sacrifice, and then BAM! Rule change. And then he called the crowd again and said, yo, listen, I got something to tell ya. You better listen. There is nothing outside of person that by going in can defile, but the things that come out are what defile. Look, this right here is where God tells you thinking with your heart is evil. But here we go. When he had left the crowd and entered the house. His disciples asked him about the parable, and he was like, then do you also fail to understand? Do you not see? Whatever goes into a person from outside cannot defile, right? Since it enters not the heart, but the stomach, and goes out into the sewer. Thus, he declared all foods clean. So is this how they get away with eating pork? I don't know. But they do have a festival where they can eat whatever they want for 7 days. Okay. And then he said, it is what comes out of a person that defiles. Look, metal music. Metal music. There is like, don't listen to metal music. Because you're consuming it, it's going in you. It's like, I don't think so, because most of the time, the metal songs I listen to are usually love songs, you know. So even when it's horrendous, it's still about something beautiful, like love. So I don't know, but it's saying right here, I can listen to metal music. Yeah, see, and gangster rap. Cool. I mean, I do listen to gangster rap sometimes, but I gotta be, man, I gotta be feeling all of them like, man, I gotta be feeling like a bowler. It happens. Okay, so he said, it is what comes out of a person that defiles. For it is from within, from the human heart, that evil intentions come: fornication, theft, murder, adultery, avarice, wickedness, deceit, lies, and licentiousness, licentiousness, envy, slander, pride, folly. All these things come from within, and they defile a person. Look, the Jews are using this right now. They're making all those kids think with their hearts. Yeah, they may be grown or whatever, but how? What is their maturity level? They're fucking kids. Wow. Anyway. From there he set out and went away to the region of Tyre. He entered a house and did not want anyone to know he was there. Yet he could not escape. No, he could not escape it. So, man, Jesus is a rock star. And he don't even rock out with his cock out. But a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit immediately heard about him, and she came and bowed down at his feet. Now the woman was a Gentile of Syrophoenician Hold on. Listen. Wait a minute. Listen. I saw this word. There was a documentary. It was this word. Uh, just this. Phoenician child sacrifice. I've never seen it called Syro. Phoenician. I didn't know. But I know this Phoenician word is child sacrifice. So this woman must be so lucky she has a kid. Okay. She begged him to cast the demon out of her daughter. And he said, bring her here. Let the children be fed first, for it is not Oh, this is the woman he calls a dog. Wow. All right. So this is the girl he calls a dog, which may be a racial slur Jews use. Okay. So Jesus is racially slurring this chick. Okay. She answered him and said, even us dogs are, we still get fed. And then he said, okay, okay, okay. You just blew my man. You just flipped my McNuggets. Yeah. Go ahead. Go on. Your daughter's all right. So she went home and found the child lying on the bed and the demon gone. Then he returned from the region of Tyre and went by way of Sidon toward the Sea of Galilee, and by the region of the Decapolis. Okay, here we go. They brought to him a deaf man who had an impediment in his speech, and they begged him to lay his hands on him. And he took him aside in private, away from the crowd, and put his fingers into his ear. He spat and touched his tongue. Really? Is this real life? But we haven't even got to the... Okay. So, he put his fingers in his ears, and then he spat and touched his tongue. Then looking up to heaven, he sighed and said, Ephphatha, that is, be open. Open sesame! And immediately his ears were opened, his tongue was released, and he spoke plainly. He's like, fuck yeah! Oh, you're that guy! Yeah. But then, hold on, and his ears were open. Then Jesus ordered them not to tell no one, but the more he ordered them, the more zealously they proclaimed it. 'Cause Jew, right? Like, that's a thing. These people, they were astounded beyond measure, saying, he has done everything well. He even makes the deaf to hear and the mute to speak. All right. So we will be right back. So listen, I'm about to pause it right here so you can pause it too. We got to get some more coffee. So, and we're gonna pack one of these bowls. How about we just hit this joint? So we'll light this joint and we'll meet back here in just a minute. See, I told you we'd be back at the same time. Did you get your coffee? Your mocha flavored keeping other people alive reward? You won first place. So proud. Look, look. Even the computer is proud of you. The Bible wants you to have a coupon. Let's see if there will be another one. In those days, when there was again a great crowd without anything to eat, he called his disciples and said to them, I have compassion for this bunch of groupies who decided to leave their home and become this way. But I want to buy them all a cheeseburger. Okay? If I send them away, they're going to faint. Like, it's going to be all bad, right? And then his disciples was like, okay, I'm glad you feel this way about stuff, but like, you could tell us at some point, dude. Like, hey, make sure we have money for food because I'm randomly gonna feel bad for a bunch of people who purposely did this to themselves. Yes. Could you just let us know like a day before? And then Jesus was like, it's stay ready, not get ready, bitch. We stay ready, right? You should just know. I randomly feel like I need to do things. Get with the program. Stay ready. This is the lesson. Stay ready. Okay. And then he said, you know what? You know what? I stay ready. So, how much food do we have altogether? Right? Because I got an idea. Hold on. And they was like, we got 7. And he was like, okay. Then he was like, hey, yo, do you want to eat? Sit down. I got some food. So everybody sat down and he took the 7 loaves. And after being like, hey, big guy, listen, big guy, thank you. Thank you. Look, you're doing me a solid, Pops. Look, for real though, thank you. And then he was just giving bread to people. And they had a few small fish also. And then, God, Jesus was like, hey, I kind of forgot, but, just add this solid with the other solid, and I'll owe you both, right? And then God was like, oh, do whatever, right? So that's what they did. And they ate and were filled. And they took up the broken pieces left over. And there was 7 baskets full. Yeah, I wonder where they left them at. Did they just randomly pick 7 people? Like, here, take this, you'll be all right. Now, There was about 4,000 people, and he sent them away. He was like, go home, you bunch of hound dogs. That is the best song off of Twisted's Most Tasteless CD. That is my favorite. That is my favorite Twisted CD. This CD is so dirty. But anyway, it is really good, and that is the best song on that CD. So Jesus is like, y'all hound dogs gotta go. And immediately he got into the boat with his disciples and went to the district of Dalmatians. Shut up, Dick. Dalmanuta. Dalmanuta. And the Pharisees came and began to argue with him. Why? Why? Bitch, please. This is not a cock measuring competition. God obviously doesn't love you, or he would have been like, hey, this guy's my son. No, so why are you arguing with the man himself? Man, look, God, this isn't right. This isn't right. Listen, this whole thing, and it's not. This whole thing. Okay. So the Pharisees came and began to argue with him. Like they got a motherfucking place. Listen, I'm calming down, Dick. Dick, I'm calming down. Listen, I'm calm. Okay. And they asked him for a sign from heaven to test him. Like, you saw what he was doing. This guy. They saw it, and then they're still gonna ask for a sign. Listen, forget about it. It's Fugazi. It's Fugazi. Go sleep with the fishes. And he sighed deeply in his spirit. So even Jesus was breathing heavy. Look. He was like, see, people get really mad at me when they do that to me. And I'm like, hey, don't breathe heavy, man. You should just do it. They're like, not breathing heavy. Yeah, you are. Because Jesus is doing it right here to these people. Like, and he was like, why do you ask for a sign? When I do a bazillion of them, you don't believe them when you see them, and you're supposed to believe them now. Bitch, go somewhere. Bye, Felicia. We'll be like Ice Cube and Friday. Okay. Listen, I'm telling you. Look. I'm telling you. No sign will be given to this generation. But Jesus, you're doing them all over the place, though. See, they think they're tricking him, but really he's tricking them. Because he's been doing signs all over the place. And then like, can you give us a sign? And Jesus like, fuck you. But Jesus has been doing signs all over the place. As a matter of fact, he did one in the temple with the dude with the strong arm, the strong hand, and he wants to make mashed potatoes. What movie is that? And he left them, and getting into the boat again, he went across to the other side. Jesus broke on through to the other side. Yeah. Okay. Now Now the disciples had forgotten to bring any bread, and they only had one loaf with them in the boat. And he cautioned them, saying, "Watch out, beware of the yeast of the Pharisees and the yeast of Herod." And then they was like, "Oh shit, we forgot the bread. Oh my God, we forgot the bread. What are we going to do?" And then Jesus, having ears, said to them, "Why the fuck are you talking about bread? We are on a mission, and you're talking about bread. Look, who did I tell you to watch out for? The Pharisees and for Herod. Not for fucking bread. You guys, listen. Where are we? Where have we been? Right? Like, what the fuck? Right? Do you have eyes and fail to see? Do you have ears and fail to hear? Do you not remember when I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000? How many baskets of trash did you collect? And they was like, yeah, 12. And the 4,000. How many baskets of trash did you have? And they was like, 7. He said to them, "Do you not yet understand?" Then they came to Bethsaida. Some people brought a blind man to him and begged him to touch him. So he took the blind man by the hand, led him out of the village. Like, he spit on his eyeballs, okay? And then he was like, "So, can you see anything?" And the dude was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, what color is that? Brown? Oh my God, is everything brown? Wow, that's gotta be so cool, man. That is so cool. I am so happy. Look at this brick. We're doing such a good job." So, and then he sent him away to his home, saying, "Don't go into the village." And Jesus went on with his disciple to the villages of Caesarea Philippi. On the way, he asked his disciples, "So listen, who who does everybody think I am?" So, like, who am I to the people? And there was like, some say Jean, others say Elijah, because for some reason Elijah's God. And others just say, "You're just some prophet. You're some guy." And then Jesus was like, "Who do you think I am?" And Peter was like, "You're the guy, you're the guy." And Jesus said, "Don't ever fucking say that again, dog. I will chop your nuts off and you will forever be a girl. Do not ever fucking say that again." And then he began to teach them. So, okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. So he began to tell him about how these people are about to do the not good thing. And then after he dies, he'll be naked zombie Jesus. And he said all this quite openly. And Peter's like, nah, the fuck, Alec, stop doing that. And the words of Serge, I do not trust in your self-righteous suicide, my friend Jesus. It's not gonna happen. And then looking at everybody, he said to Peter, get behind me, Satan. You are setting your mind on human shit. It's God logic, dog. Listen, God logic, not Peter logic. It's God logic. So go sit the fuck down. And then he called the crowd with his disciples and said, if any want to become my followers, let them suddenly. No, that's not what it said. If any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me. That's not exactly right. Because there is no cross yet. Dick. Disco dick. I don't know. I didn't think there was a cross yet. But okay. So they gotta be like, nothing for no one ever. And then they gotta follow Jesus. For those who want to save their life will lose it. And those who lose their life for my sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. For what will it profit them to gain the whole world and forfeit their life? I mean, it's kind of true. What's the point in having everything if you have nothing? Here we go. Message to Peter right here. Those who are ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of them the Son of Man will also be ashamed when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Oh. So Jesus is going to be like, I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy. And that guy sucks. I don't know that guy. Anyway, you know this guy, and that's what matters. So, thank you for watching. I love you. And have the sweetest dreams ever.